So dear students, we learned law of dominance. First, law of inheritance. I hope you got law of dominance. Now we will discuss law of segregation or law of purity of gametes. This law can also be explained with the help of monohybrid cross. Tall pea plant and dwarf pea plant, allelic pair, and their members are, you see, capital T and small t. When they are mix, a cross breeding will be there, and in F1 generation they will form all tall plant, hybrid, not pure tall, hybrid tall. And when they segregate, capital T will remain pure tall and dwarf will remain dwarf, pure gamete. They will not alter to each other. They will retain their qualities. They will not change to each other. Now we'll see the definition. The two members of a pair of factors separate. You see, two members of a pair of factors separate during the formation of gametes. They do not mix, they do not blend, they segregate as such. They don't alter each other. I give you one simple example and you will understand well. There are two boys, good boy and bad boy. Good boy also coming from a family, bad boy also is also coming from a family. When they come together, they are hybrid. Good boy will remain good boy and bad boy will remain bad boy. They will not try to change to each other. They will not alter each other. They will retain their qualities. Good boy will remain good boy and bad boy will remain bad boy. Good boy will not take the qualities of bad boy and bad boy will not take the qualities of good boy. When they get separate, as such they go. They take tall will be tall or good boy will be good boy and bad boy will be bad boy. So this is the law of segregation. The two members of a pair of factors separate during the formation of gametes. They do not mix. Now we will see law of independent assortment, and you know the meaning of independent. Nowadays quite often you are hearing this word independent, atmanirbhar. Assortment means classification, making classification independently. And this law can be explained with the help of dihybrid cross. What is dihybrid cross? When two pure parents differing in two pairs of contrasting characters. Here you see two pairs of contrasting characters. Which two contrasting characters? Yellow round, yellow green, yellow dominant, green recessive. Then round shape of seed, dominant and wrinkled recessive. When they are crossed, the inheritance of one pair of character is independent of another. Here yellow is with round, but when they will form pair, inheritance will not be dependent. Yellow can go with wrinkled and round can go with green. Yellow wrinkled or green round. Yellow round and green wrinkled. every possibility is there. There is no strong bond between them. They can go according to the need, they can go with any one member of the pair. Now we see dihybrid cross with the help of a flow chart. Here is a dihybrid cross, round yellow, dominant, capital Y, capital R, wrinkled green, recessive, small y, small r. Cross pollination will be there. In F1 generation, as we saw in monohybrid cross, all will be round yellow sheets. Not pure, they are hybrid. Then they will segregate. That capital Y will join capital R. Capital Y will also form the pair with small r. Small y will form pair with capital R. Small y will form the pair with small r. In the same way, they will form the different pairs. Now we will make a Punnett square, and female gametes we will put on one side of the square and male gametes we will put on another side. And how they will form the pair? You see, capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. Then capital Y, capital Y, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, capital R, capital R. They are forming. This way they will form pair. Then it will join. This pair will join with this. So how many yellow round, how many green wrinkled? There will be ratio 9:3, ratio 3, ratio 1. This ratio is the phenotypic ratio. Means 9 out of 16, 9 will be round yellow sheets. 3 will be round green sheets, 3 wrinkled yellow sheets, and 1 last wrinkled green. This is the dihybrid phenotypic ratio. 9:3, ratio 3, ratio 1. But genotypic ratio is very complex. So generally we don't write genotypic ratio. If you start writing genotypic ratio, it would be like this: 1:2, ratio 1, 2:4. Yes, little complex. So we don't write this genotypic ratio. Only phenotypic ratio we write. I hope you got all three Mendel's law of inheritance. This lesson has completed. You try to do exercise yourself. If you feel any problem, you can WhatsApp me and we can discuss the questions. So take care and goodbye. Have a nice day.